You're with BillHamawi, aka Spitroasted, and we're going to talk about positional awareness and positioning. The first things first, let's talk about what the problem with positioning is. If you're standing in a spot where you're open to 1, 2, 3 different angles, right? Then you're in a choke point and you're most likely going to die. So say if you came out from here and you just pushed out like this, and there was a guy holding the line from down there, and there's a guy holding the line from over here, you know, you'd push from here, you'd shoot this guy and you'd die from here. Whereas positional awareness is knowing that there could be a person being over here and there could be a person being over here. And so what you'd want to do is you kind of want to hold, check this position, not peek out too far where your gun is getting exposed, and then going back to the right, checking that, and then using this cover here may always maintain your back towards it, so you reduce the amount of line of sight from the enemy so you don't die as much. You have a less chance of dying, right? And so you'd cover this and hope that there's no one there so you could kill them. And then if you wanted to, you could come back over here and then kind of clear as much as you can over here, and then you'd have to take a risk in peeking either this guy first or this guy first. But generally you're minimizing the exposure of where you are on the map. Whereas if you just came out like this, you're exposed from both angles straight away and you're not clearing the angles. So positional awareness is keeping your back always as less exposed as it humanly can be, right? Also, what positioning does when you're coming around and you're clearing different angles like this is it gives you the advantage of being able to, one tapping the guy over here and then turning around and one tapping the guy over here without being pushed super fast. I mean, you'll be quite unlucky. You're holding a line. You're gonna push over here and the guy was this close, right? And then you killed someone and then he peeked and killed you straight away. But you still got time. Like, alright, just for instance, hypothetically, I killed one person, and then you got 2 seconds or like half a second or a second to kind of peek and kill the guy over here as well. So a good example is on Dust 2. At the long range, the A long sight, if you play Dust 2 on Counter-Strike, I haven't got the game downloaded, that's why I'm not using it as an example. But if you hold, when you go out the double doors, if you hold the whole left side when you're peeking pit, and you're covering that left side instead of running straight out the doors and then wide swinging the pit and being exposed to a long, you're being exposed only to pit and not a long, and you have a less chance of dying and a higher chance of succeeding in killing the enemy. Right, probably a bad example because I'm in Valorant right now, but it's still relevant. And then the next thing is positioning. So I've shown you how to do positional awareness, being aware that you could be die from the front or from behind. You could be exposed to multiple different angles. We've already gone through that. So the next one is, what do you do when you want to kill someone in positioning, like crosshair placement? If you hold this angle when you're on a 90-degree bend and the guy wide swings you out, you're gonna get slaughtered, right? He's gonna peek his advantage. Everyone should know about peek his advantage. It's like an unfair advantage that happens because of the latency in the game and over the network over the internet. And so to counter that, you want to just sit on an off angle where if you're at a longer distance, you'll be able to see the enemy either earlier than he does, either earlier when he peeks you, or at the same time. So you want to bridge from a 40% disadvantage. Say you're 60-40, he's got 60% advantage, you got 40% disadvantage. So you want to bring it to a 50-50 or a 50-55 to you, 45 to him. And the way to do that 45-55% advantage for yourself is to take the further fight. If you're playing a closer angle and he peeks wide, you're gonna swing wide. Like, see how far I have to swing my wide. Say my mouse. Say he swings out, I have to move a further distance. Whereas if I'm longer, right, I only have to move this much, very minimal amounts of my mouse. Okay. And so that will give you an advantage and it will close the gap on him having peeker's advantage and you having a positional awareness advantage as well. Sorry, I probably said advantage like a million times. And that's how you counter, and that's how you get better at the game. So off angles, always playing the off angle. So this is off angle positioning. Don't play in the corner, because everyone's going to expect you. Don't play, you know, you're playing like this, and there's a gap here, and he's going to expect it. And these are the standard areas. People always play standard. So don't be the standard. You want to get better? Play abnormal. Play out of the position. Out of the position will catch the enemy off guard when he's peeking you. Bridging the gap between the disadvantage of the 60-40, where he's got a 60% chance of beating you and you got a 40% chance of beating him. You want to bring it to a 50-50, and this is how you do it. I'm Spitroasted, BillHamawi. Give me a follow on my stream, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps your gameplay, and this can be used in any FPS game. Thanks.